This must be where Titanic receives wireless messages. Quite fascinating. Now, I know this machine was meant to receive messages from distant ships. I wonder if it would receive messages from this ship as well. I've nothing left to accomplish here. There sure do seem to be a lot of unused parts lying about here. Everything. Now that sounds interesting. If only I understood it. NGY CQD 41N 50W? It would seem I've merely exchanged one code for another. I bet Mr. Tavaloris could help me decipher this. And he might know even more than the captain about the state of the ship. I'd best get you a mirror.
Oh, Mrs. Ashley. I thought perhaps I had not seen the last of you. Do, come in.
I'm not here to chat, Mr. Tavaloris. I'm here to get a straight answer from somebody on the state of this ship.
Whatever do you mean?
Is it possible you do not know? We collided with an iceberg not 20 minutes ago. The crew was in a frenzy.
I didn't hear anything, although I did wonder why we were reversing engines.
Nobody aboard will tell me the truth about our situation, so I contrived to eavesdrop on the ship's outgoing wireless messages. But I can't make heads or tails of them. Do you think you might?
Yes, of course. Let me see what you have.
What is it?
This is a distress call. The captain believes the ship will sink. The iceberg must have breached several watertight containers. If that's true, the ship is sinking as we speak.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not. 10 minutes ago, I would have told you the ship was utterly unsinkable. I need to do some calculating.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. If the ship is sinking, the bilge compartments will be the first to fill. There are several on this deck. Perhaps you could check on them while I do some more calculations.
Yes, fine. Where are these rooms?
Down the hall is the bilge assembly. It's a pump system that moves water between bilge compartments. From there are tunnels leading to each of the 3 main bilge holds. The squash court, the Turkish bath, and the third-class showers.
Why those rooms?
It's a question of volume, my dear girl. Those are the largest lower deck rooms aboard. Check all 3 and let me know if there's any water in them quickly.
I've done all I can at the moment.
Just standing there looking like a statue.
These engines are massive enough to power an entire city. And come to think of it, they practically do. I've done all I can at the moment. I have my orders. I shouldn't be fiddling about with anything until I let Mr. Tavaloris know the status of those compartments. The walls and floor are damp, but at least there's no standing water. The walls and floor are damp, but but at least there's no standing water. I can't get in there. It's completely flooded. I have my orders. I shouldn't be fiddling about with anything until I let you know. I checked all 3 bilge rooms.
And?
The squash court is completely flooded. I can't even go in there. The Turkish bath seems empty, but damn. Same with the third-class showers.
I see. It's worse than I expected.
What can we do?
Well, the first thing we have to do is stop this doomed vessel. I don't know why the captain is still reversing, but that will only hasten our taking on water. We must stop the engines.
How can we do that?
I have access to the main engine room from here. See if you can figure something out.
Me? Why not you?
I need to recalculate how much time we have left based on your bilge water observations. Just remember, even the most massive combustion engine will grind to a halt if the fuel has no oxygen to combust with. Find a way to clog the intakes.
You may as well be speaking Greek for all the good it's doing me. But I'll see what I can do. Quite a mess. Let's see if there's anything here worth finding. Those pipes sticking up must be the intakes Mr. Tavaloris told me about. Perhaps I can find a way to block them all. That's the right track, but I feel as if I'm missing something. Let's see what this ridiculous-looking contraption does. I need to use that in... That must be the intakes Mr. Tavaloris told me about. Perhaps I can find a way to block them all. I certainly hope Mr. Tavaloris was right. The engines have been stopped.
Excellent. That should buy us a few minutes.
A few minutes? It took me longer than that to do.
My girl, try and think of the thousands of innocents aboard who need that extra time.
Oh, yes, of course.
According to my calculations, we should remain afloat for an hour and a half. Do what you must to survive, Mrs. Ashley. If you need me, I'll be here.
What? Aren't you going to make a run for the lifeboats?
I think not. We do not have a full ship's complement, in case you were not aware. No, I will not waste precious lifeboat space with my own tattered husk. I shall remain here. Perhaps there's something yet I can do. Good luck, Mrs. Ashley.
And you, Mr. Tavaloris. Most of the passengers are, as of yet, unaware of their fate. The air outside is clear and still. It is, to many, a seemingly ideal evening. It's difficult, if not impossible, to know how one will react when presented with any grave moral crisis. I had access to privileged information Part of me felt I should be screaming what I knew to be true at the top of my lungs as I ran through the halls. I'd like to think my choice to put my own family first wasn't cowardly as much as practical. A panic at this point would simply compound disaster. I struggled with this guilt.